Hi, welcome to Self-Build TV. My name is Ryan and I look to demystify the self-build process. In this video, I'm going to talk about how much it costs to build your dream home. So if that might be of interest to you, please watch on.
Welcome to Self-Build TV. We look to demystify the self-build process so you can learn to build your dream home without risk and stress that other self-builders face. Now back to Ryan.
Welcome back. As I said in the introduction, I'm going to talk about how much it's going to cost you to build your dream home. Obviously, the bigger the home, the more expensive it's going to be. The more expensive the land is, the more expensive it's going to be overall. But there are three key items you need to consider when pricing up your home, or at least budgeting your home. There is the professional cost, there is the build cost, and then there's the land cost. The first thing you need to consider is your professional fees can't come out of your mortgage typically, so it needs to come out of your saving and your pot of money. So when you're budgeting your cash flow, please make sure you consider that. And also when you speak to your specialists, mortgage provider, please make sure you also figure out if they can include that in it or not, but just speak to them about that. The other two, in terms of the build cost and the land cost, how I work out how much the land is going to cost you or can budget for is think about what size property you can buy. So typically most self-build properties are detached homes. So I do ask, can you actually afford a detached home? Generally, if you can't afford a detached home in the area you want to build in, most likely you're not going to afford to build a detached home unless you put a lot of sweat equity in, which I mean is effectively build it yourself, which I would not really recommend because it's very stressful to do it in that part. So if you can afford, say, a £500,000 home, you normally then budget, say, 20% of that as a contingency, or I call profit. So your building is around about 450 overall. So your land cost and your build cost needs to amount to about 450. That allows you then to now work out how much your build cost needs to be. If you download the self-build budget planner, if you down below, I'll put a link to it. In that will help talk you through some typical sizes of rooms, etc., to give you an idea of how big your building is going to be. Once you know your square meter, you can then apply a cost benchmark. What we normally sort of recommend is about £1,500 per metre squared to £2,000 per metre squared. And it's a good figure to start from. So for example, if it turned out that my home was around about £300,000, that would leave about £150,000 to £200,000 roughly for my land. So that's a good way of, now we've got the land cost, now we've got the construction cost. You can now go out and find some land within that sort of budget. If you can't find land within that budget, there's three things you need to do. Is obviously increase your budget, move your expectations of size of house down, or go and look in a different location, or be a bit more sort of imaginative in terms of ways of finding land that is not on the market yet. With regards to the professional fees, you need to allow 20% of that build cost. So the £300,000, for example, would have been, you need to allow 20% of that, not the overall cost, but just on the build cost. So I hope you found that a little bit useful. If you've not yet ordered your self-build made easy pack, starter pack, in that I go through it in a much more detail and actually talk you through the calculation as well. Also, you get access to a community as well as access to free advice and exclusive content. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to be coming along on your self-build journey. Thank you.
Thank you for checking out Self-Build TV. Don't miss out on the Self-Build Made Easy Starter Pack, and go to www.selfbuild.tv now to order your free copy to start your self-build journey. You will also get access to a community, exclusive content, and free expert advice. Go to selfbuild.tv now.